Hi everyone, it's Sarah or LavilyDay here with another video. Today I have all of my dolls lined up in front of us and I'm pretty much just going to show them all to you, their height differences and all. I'll be undressing them in a minute, so dolly nudity beware. But yeah, I've just had a few people ask me about the different heights of my dolls, how they compare. Although I don't think I'm going to be able to go through and compare them with too much detail today, the plan is that I'll at least be able to show you them side by side, and yeah, we'll see where this goes. I don't really have too much of a plan, honestly. Anyway though, without further ado, let's undress these dolls and begin the lineup. Alrighty, that took a while, but here we are. Everyone is in their underwear, and I will say that I feel a little bit weird right now standing behind the camera with a lineup of essentially naked dolls that are all just kind of looking at me as if to say, why are you doing this to us? Anyway, what I'm going to do now is work my way along the line, tell you the sculpts of each of these dolls, where you can find them if they are still available, all that sort of thing, and any other basic information that I can think of. I'm filming this with the intention of it being informative, but yeah, no guarantees. So if there is anything I've missed or anything you are still unsure about, be sure to ask me in the comments below. I attempted to arrange them from shortest to tallest, although I can see now that Miku is taller than B, maybe. It could just be the way they're standing. Miku's leaning against the wall, whereas B has her stand, which props her out and on a bit of an angle in comparison. Anyway though, let's just get on with it. So first of all, the shortest down here on the left is Ava. Ava is a MSD BJD. That means she is 1/4 scale. She is about 40 centimeters tall. She's on the Leek World Art Body Type 1, I think, and her head is actually from a different company called Komi Baby Doll, and it is a Peridot head. The resin colour of both her head and body are normal skin, and she actually still has the default face up from Komi Baby Doll. She is so cute and I love her to bits. Next up we have Heather, that's this girly here, and she is another hybrid doll. Her head is an old Jury 05 event head. Unfortunately you cannot get that head anymore. The only place you'll find it, if you're lucky, is on the secondhand market. Yeah, that's enough about her head though. Her body is an April Story Junior girl body. With her head she comes in at about 55 centimeters tall. She's the smallest of my SDs, the rest of my dolls are SDs, which is just another term used to say 1/3 scale. Heather's head is the normal colour, although due to its age it's kind of mellowed, but I still adore the colour of it. Her body on the other hand I think was originally normal as well, but it has yellowed quite a lot. It was like this when I got it from the previous owner. It doesn't bother me too much. I am hoping to try and blush it to match the head, so watch this space. Her body, unfortunately, you can't get that anymore either. The company that made it, April Story, has kind of just disappeared off the face of the earth, and honestly, even if they were still around, I probably wouldn't recommend buying through them anyway. They were not the most reliable, let's just say that. But that's not to say you mightn't be able to find it on the secondhand market, and it is a lovely body despite the company's flaws, so yeah, that is her. Next in line is Miku here. She is a Dollfie Dream and she is a vinyl doll. I forgot to say too that Ava and Heather are both made of resin. Miku, however, is made of soft vinyl, so she's a bit squishier, she's a bit more prone to stains, all that fun stuff. But yeah, she comes in at about 58 centimeters tall. Miku was available to purchase through Volks a while back and was made available again reasonably recently, although both of those sales have passed, so if you want her these days, the only place you'll be able to find her is on the secondhand market, which is actually where I found her, so it's definitely not impossible. The colour of Miku's vinyl is semi-white. Next up, the girl you probably know the best, B. She is a smart doll Sana and she is gorgeous. She is in tea coloured vinyl. You can get her from Culture Japan, although I think they have switched Sana to seasonal, which unfortunately means that she is not always available on the Smart Doll store, but it also means that she will be coming back. So keep an eye out for her if you like her. I do think Danny switched out her little white dots on her face for freckles, but regardless of whether she's got freckles or the dots, she is still a gorgeous doll. On paper, B comes in at about 58.5 centimeters, so technically she's a little bit taller than Miku, even though she's looking a bit shorter now. I think it's just the way I have her standing. Next to B, we have Alan. He's my Smart Doll Suzaku, although I have modified his face up to turn him into Alan, so meet Alan. He is in cinnamon color vinyl and it is just gorgeous. He is about 60 centimeters tall as far as I can tell, so he's taller than B, but not by too much. Suzaku was a limited licensed doll, so unfortunately you can't just pick him up from the store, but that isn't to say there won't be a possibility of him being released again at some point. Danny did this with the Lelouch Smart Doll. He was not planned for re-release and then he was re-released, so you never really know what's going to happen. You've just got to keep your eyes open. Danny has got other Smart Doll boys that he has made, although they are seasonal, much like B is, so yeah, just keep an eye out for them, and you never know what you may stumble across on the second-hand market either. Next to Alan, we have Millie. Millie is my oldest doll that I own, and she is a resin sole me. She's also the cheapest doll I own, so fun fact. But she is 60 centimeters tall, she's made of resin in the color normal skin, and she is just gorgeous. I love her to bits. And if you would like your own Resin Soul me, they are always available from Resin Soul's website. One down from Millie, we have Ray or Rachel. She is a Soul Doll Isabel and she is on a Zenith body. She's gorgeous. She comes in at about 64 centimeters tall. I got her with the face up, you can see, and it is just gorgeous. I really love how elegant this doll is. The hands are just something else. Rachel is a resin ball jointed doll and I got her in normal skin. If you like her, she is still available on Soul Doll's website, and of course I'll link all of these things down below. Last but definitely not least, we have Lee. He's another hybrid doll. His head is a switch Doha or however you want to say that, and his body is an April Story AS17 boy body. He's about 65.5 centimeters tall, give or take, making him my tallest BJD. Both Lee's head and body are normal skin, and even though they're from different companies, the resin match is not too bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. His body being from April Story though means that just like Heather's body, you're not going to be able to find this new anymore. The secondhand market is where you will find this body if you are interested in it. I will say that April Story resin seems to be the worst for yellowing that I have seen, just out of the different dolls I have here. Heather's body came to me quite yellowed as it was, and I mean I got Lee new. He already seems to be going slightly yellow, and in a bit of a strange way, I don't know. The others tend to mellow rather than yellow, and I mean it's an inevitable thing that happens to resin. It is going to go yellow no matter what you do, but yeah, April Story resin seems to be a bit more susceptible to it. Maybe I'm wrong, probably don't know what I'm talking about, but at least in my experience that's what I have noticed. As for his head though, I personally got it second hand, and I'm not really sure how the ordering system works from Switch. From what I've seen, they open orders once a month or something similar, and that's for their bodies. I'm not quite sure how the heads work. I have a feeling they're limited runs, but I could be wrong. I probably should have researched this to find out more before talking to you about it in a video. I will warn you that Switch heads and Switch dolls in general are not cheap. Lee's head alone cost way more than his body. I did calculate it at one point to figure it out. He is my most expensive doll, and most of that is just from his head, so yeah. Anyway though, that is all of my dolls lined up in front of a wall. Definitely not the most interesting video I've ever filmed, but I hope that it is at least a little bit informative or helpful to you guys out there who have wondered what my dolls look like together and comparatively. that even makes sense. I know at least when I started out in the hobby, I thought that all of my dolls I would ever get would be from one company, because in my head that was the only way they would look cohesive and good together. But over time I've learned that that really isn't always the case. I mean, sure, you've got anime style vinyl dolls that are thematically different from the resin dolls, and even within resin dolls you have some with bigger eyes, more cartoonish features compared to some that may be more realistic. But when it comes down to it, there are no rules, you can do what you want, and that's kind of what I did. Each of the dolls in front of me here I have purchased for different reasons, and I have no regrets. I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but I am hoping to do body reviews for each of my dolls at some point, just to give a more detailed breakdown on their joint systems, mobility, price, all that fun stuff. Technically, I've already filmed something like that for B, but as for the others, it's probably about time I got around to it. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you've got a preference as to who you would like to see me do a body review for first, just tell me in the comments below. And that's all I have for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you joined me here. I upload a new video every weekend on Sundays. It has been lovely, and I'll catch you in another video sometime soon. Helicopter just go.